Hi everybody. Well, this morning I was at home and I was thinking, I wonder if people still shop late on Christmas Eve. So I thought I'll come down to Gunwharf Quays in Portsmouth, which is Portsmouth's premier shopping centre, to actually see what it's all about. So it's Christmas Eve, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I know from looking at the opening times that this shopping centre is actually open until 5 o'clock today. I travelled down on the bus to see what it was actually like coming down in the traffic. It was quite quiet actually, which was good. But actually arriving here in Gunwharf, it's really quite busy. Looking around, there's quite a lot of people. Whether they're actually shopping or not is another thing. So anyway, join me while we have a walk around and see. Anyway, we've got the Gosport Solent brass band actually playing here in the precinct area, which is really quite nice. So those of you who've never actually been to Gunwharf Quays, you might think, oh, this looks quite busy, but to be honest with you, it's really not that busy. This place gets heaving, particularly on a weekend. It's actually an outlet centre, so you get a lot of shops here selling items cheaply. Well, I say cheaply, it's never cheap, is it? But like 30% off of the full retail price. And it's been quite a success story for Portsmouth, really. Yeah, if you look in the shops, there's not much actually, people actually buying things. I've come into Polo Ralph Lauren, which is one of the most expensive shops here in Gunwharf. High quality merchandise. And there's a few people at the tills. Nothing special. Of course, you can see there's a sale on. This shirt, for example, original price £108, now £85. Would you pay £85 for that shirt? Sure, I wouldn't. Here we got kids' t-shirt. It's quite sweet. Recommended retail price £59, £45. Crikey. Yeah, just a few people at the till, so nothing drastic going on here. One of the successes of this place, like in many places around the country, is you open a place up like this, and how do people get here? Well, I came on public transport, but the majority don't. They come in their cars. And it's got a really large car park here quite well managed signposts on the way into the city, which shows how many spaces are actually available. And when you do drive into the car park, it denotes on which floor how many spaces they have, and down each actual lane as well you can see there's green lights showing spaces, and it goes red light when a car parks up. So it's quite state-of-the-art car parking really, but it does get busy. And that's the attraction here. It's easy parking, nice shops. And of course the other thing we have here is there's a lot of bars and restaurants, and of course they're pretty much busy most of the time. But even when the shops are open, you get a lot of people come down, do a bit of shopping, have something to eat, maybe have a drink or two, and make a day of it really. Compare this to the local high street. Nothing like it at all. Boarded up shops, quite run down. But of course you see people walking around here. They tend to be, I would say, probably the more well off, because at some of these prices in these shops you need to be well off to actually buy the goods. One of my favourite shops here, Under Armour. Let's see how they're doing. Yeah, quite a few people in here, but not that many buying. And I'm sure all the staff who are working here would just like to be home for Christmas. And of course, when they do get home for Christmas, they've got tomorrow, Christmas Day, their day off. Then what happens? Boxing Day. Boxing Day comes and everybody's back to work here. I guess that's one of the problems if you work in retail. Weekends, bank holidays, you're expected to work. The busiest days for shopping. Again, not that many people actually buying. A lot of people walking around. Last 3 hours of trading before Christmas 2025. What they have done this year in Gunwharf is that they've created this Christmasville live immersive spectacular show. I'm not sure how popular it's actually been. I don't really know anybody who's actually been to it. But it's one of the things they do with this area here, right in front of me, is they create themed things at different times of the year. I mean, they have a food festival in the summer. In the past, I think they have had ice skating here, but they've now got that in the city centre, which has been quite a success. But yeah, looking at this, I guess it's some sort of a show that families can go to. And the shops over the way there with the flats above tend to be some of the smaller shops that they have here at Gunwharf. Always quieter over this side. So I think when they try and attract new shops to come to the area, I think one of the things they always want is they want their shop in the main drag. You don't want it over here, which is canal side, because you're on the peripheral really. Not so much footfall going through. But over here on the right, this is where it becomes all lively at night. The bars and the restaurants. The Alchemist on my right.
She needed a bigger home.
Oh, that place is expensive. I went in there once. I think we had a large wine and I only had a Diet Coke. It was probably 2-3 years ago now. It was £16 for 2 drinks, one of which was a soft drink. That was 2 or 3 years ago. Never went back there again. This building up on the right is a nice one. So we've got the customs house, which this is what it was in the days before they built the shopping centre here. This is the original building, going back to when it was HMS Vernon. And they kept this building and just converted it. It's a pub. The nice thing about this pub is there's lots of different rooms you can go in, and it does have quite a homely feel about it. Of course they do sell food, but yeah, I mean, looking around, even the pubs aren't that busy at the moment, which is a bit surprising. Heaving normally out here in the summer. You get a lot of people come out for a drink, something to eat, and you sit along the seafront. Well, it's not really the seafront, but the canal side here. If we turn the camera around and show you. All around here you have seating in the summer and it's packed. People enjoying themselves, having a drink, something to eat. And it's really quite a nice view. Just pan the camera around and you can see the yachts. That over there is the Isle of Wight car ferry. That's actually moored up in the middle, like the shipping lane really. Obviously today they do have 3 car ferries that they actually use, but today they must only be using the 2, and that's where they moor up the 3rd one. If we look straight ahead, you've got this Spinnaker Tower there. If I just show the camera up to you there. That was built, it's meant to come in for the millennium, the year 2000, but it was a little bit late. But we got there in the end. It's quite successful. A lot of people go to the top. Shows views all around the area. Sort of thing you want to do when you come to Portsmouth. But it's not something you would do every week, every month, every year even. But yeah, it's iconic for Portsmouth. And just over on my right, you've got the further restaurants. If you can pan the camera around. Slug and Lettuce, Bella Italia, Slim Chickens, Burger King over there. And even looking around here, it doesn't look that busy. Slim Chicken's got quite a few people in it. That's more like a takeaway. I know there's places to sit in, but it's not exactly a restaurant. So yeah, that's pretty much a walk around Gunwharf really.